Welcome to This Explainer. I am so excited you're here. Today, our goal is actually pretty simple. We're going to break down digital marketing, completely strip away all that confusing industry jargon, and give you a crystal clear, totally actionable roadmap to launch your very first campaign. Whether you're looking to jumpstart a career as a freelancer, maybe grow an e-commerce store, or even scale up a local restaurant, I promise you, this is exactly where it all begins. By the end of our time together, you're going to have the know-how to grow virtually any business using the digital ecosystem. Think of me as your personal marketing mentor today. Our syllabus is structured a lot like a funnel. We'll start broad with Section 1, Why Go Digital. Then we'll look at the pillars of digital marketing and weigh organic versus paid ads. Then we get super practical. We'll be mastering Meta Business Manager, examining the anatomy of an ad, and finally, launching your campaign. Section 1, Why Go Digital? Okay, let's dive into this. Because before we figure out exactly how to do digital marketing, we really need to understand the why. And that means taking a hard look at the painfully inefficient world of traditional marketing. Just think about the stark contrast between these two worlds. In traditional marketing, you're paying an absolute fortune to print out a massive flex banner and slap it on the back of a moving rickshaw. And who actually sees it? Maybe a kid walking to school or a guy sitting in awful traffic who just had a massive argument with his wife and is completely stressed out. He doesn't care about your business. He's just trying to survive the commute. You are literally paying for eyeballs that have absolutely zero interest in what you're selling. Digital marketing, it completely flips the script. It's highly targeted. Say you're selling phone cases specifically for an iPhone 13 Pro Max. Digital marketing lets you serve your ad exactly and exclusively to people who are currently holding an iPhone 13 Pro Max in their hands. You bypass that stressed out guy in traffic entirely. And that brings us to a famous business adage that I just absolutely love. If you can't measure it, you can't improve it. You see, traditional marketing is kind of like a black hole. You honestly have no idea if that billboard or that rickshaw banner actually drove a single sale. But in the digital space, every single click, every view, and every purchase is tracked. You know exactly what age group is buying, which specific ad graphic knocked it out of the park, and exactly what your return on investment is. Section 2, Pillars of Digital Marketing. Let's see how all of this builds into the broader digital ecosystem. The digital marketing world is essentially held up by a few core pillars. You've got search engine optimization, or SEO, which is all about getting your website to rank organically on the first page of Google. Then there's App Store optimization to drive app installs, email marketing to land directly in someone's inbox, and pay-per-click search ads. Now, while all of these are incredibly powerful tools, especially email marketing, which is an absolute beast for conversions, for this explainer, we're going to narrow our laser focus to my absolute favorite, social media marketing. Section 3, Organic versus Paid Ads. So now that we know we're operating in the social media space, we really need to talk about how we actually reach our target audience on these platforms. It's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Why open your wallet to run ads when creating a Facebook page or an Instagram account is literally 100% free? Well, here is the harsh truth. Organic reach is dying. You could be posting the most incredible content all day long, but thanks to massive algorithm changes, cutthroat competition, and just total content saturation, your posts might only reach a tiny, tiny fraction of your actual followers. So if you want to truly scale a business today, paid ads aren't just an option anymore. They are absolutely essential. So the crucial point becomes deciding where we actually spend our hard-earned money. And the answer is Meta. 3 billion. Let that number just sink in for a second. That is the number of active users currently inside the Meta ecosystem, encompassing Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. The scale of that is just staggering. And because Instagram and WhatsApp are integrated so seamlessly into Facebook's ad platform, your single ad campaign can reach this massive, globally interconnected audience all at the exact same time. That is exactly why we're focusing entirely on Meta ads today. Section 4, Mastering Meta Business Manager. All right, we are officially transitioning from theory into practice. It's time to arm you with the actual tools you need to defeat the ultimate business villain, obscurity. If you want to run ads like a pro, you absolutely must understand the Meta Business Manager. Think of this as the corporate headquarters for all your digital marketing. Let's use a quick analogy. Think about Pepsi. Pepsi owns a ton of brands, right? They've got 7-Up, they've got Lay's chips, Kirkare, the whole shebang. If they tried to run all their marketing from one personal Facebook account, it would be absolute chaos. Business Manager allows Pepsi to create this highly structured umbrella. That way, the 7-Up team only has access to the 7-Up page and ad account, keeping it securely separated from the Lay's campaigns. It's exactly how professionals keep everything organized, locked down, and running like a well-oiled machine. Section 5, the anatomy of an ad. Now, before you pull out your credit card and spend a single dollar, you really need to grasp the structural hierarchy of how a meta ad is actually built. And this brilliantly illustrates that hierarchy. The Ads Manager is organized into 3 distinct tiers. Right at the top, you have the campaign level. This is simply where you tell Meta what your ultimate goal is. Are you hunting for website sales, or do you want lead forms filled out? Moving down a level, you hit the ad set. Think of this as the engine room. This is where you tell Meta exactly who you want to target, where they live, what their hobbies are, and exactly how much budget you're willing to spend each day. And finally, at the very bottom, is the ad level. This is the fun part. It's the visual element the user actually sees as they're endlessly scrolling on their phone. It's where you upload your eye-catching image or video and write that compelling ad copy to make them stop and click. Section 6, launching your campaign. Okay, this is the moment we have been building toward. Let's take all this theory and put it into practice by setting up a real-world campaign for an e-commerce shoe store. So let's say our client sells premium men's formal shoes. Up at the campaign level, our goal is engagement. We want potential buyers to slide right into our WhatsApp DMs to ask about the shoes. Down at the ad set level, we're going to set a nice, safe daily budget of, say, $10, just so Meta paces our spending evenly. We set our target demographic to men ages 22 to 55. Why? Because an 18-year-old probably doesn't have the disposable income for premium formal wear quite yet. But guys, here is where the absolute magic of digital targeting happens. We deliberately exclude the city of Sialkot from our targeting. Why in the world would we do that? Well, because Sialkot is a massive manufacturing hub in Pakistan where shoes are literally made in factories. The people living there aren't hopping online to buy retail formal shoes. They're the ones making them. By actively excluding that specific region, we ensure that every single penny of our $10 daily budget is spent only on actual potential retail buyers, rather than completely wasting it on a city filled with shoe manufacturers. It's exactly that level of precise control that makes digital marketing such a massive game changer. We've covered the why, the how, the tools, and the exact strategy. You now understand the profound shift from throwing posters onto the backs of rickshaws to laser targeting high-intent buyers directly on the screens they look at all day long. You grasp the overarching power of Meta's Business Manager, and you know the step-by-step anatomy of a successful ad. So my final question to you is this. With the entire digital world literally sitting right at your fingertips, are you ready to launch your very first campaign and finally bring your business into the digital age? Thank you so much for hanging out with me in this explainer. Now get out there, set up that Business Manager, and let's get those campaigns running.